Let's get started, Bethany. Bethany, Sidekick Bethany. Cat Mom here with Studio Sweat On Demand, coming off of 4th of July. Happy 4th of July weekend for all of you.
I grew.
Yeah, you did. So we are in our brand new studio. This is the dance room in our studio. The main room is just another space over.
We should give them a tour someday.
We should give you a tour. We call it the Sweat Mansion now. Yeah, because it's
so
twice as big as our old space. So it's really nice. Lots of fresh air. Coming off of 4th of July weekend, everybody kind of ready to get back to it. I think people kind of slacked this week.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think people are still slacking. But usually what happens...
I'm still slacking.
Yeah, by Saturday, people are like, oh my gosh, I ate and drank so much. Let's get back to it. So we are still open this weekend for those of you that are local here in San Diego. Today, classes are normal again. So we had some amazing fireworks last night that we got to see.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Thanks, Karen and Mike.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Super fun.
Yeah, and the kids, right before the fireworks show started, I ran over to the iPod station and put on Katy Perry Firework, and the kids were
over and over again.
And the kids were screaming. It's so dang cute.
If I never hear that song until next year, 4th of July, I will be okay.
Well, it'll be an exclusive 4th of July song.
I sure hope so.
Oh, the kids loved it though. So dang cute. Okay, so real quickly, question of the week comes from, and I'm not even going to read it because it was kind of long, but I'll give you the summary. So David Kelly from New Zealand, all the way from New Zealand, is asking us what his fitness number means. Because he'll hear us talk about in class, you know, we'll be on the bike and I'll say something like, try and get to your 80% zone. Are your heart rates at 140, between 140 and 150 for the most part, stuff like that. So he's wondering what the heck we're talking about. So fair enough. We've covered this before, but it's been a while. So David and all the rest of you, your fitness number, what we're talking about is your heart rate, your current heart rate and your zones. So I usually will tell people to Google Carbonen formula to figure out what your heart rate is. That is spelled Karvonen, and Eric, you can throw that up there on the screen.
I call it Carbonian, because that's how it's spelled.
No, there's no I in it.
It's like an E-A-N.
It's Carbonen as I just spelled it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Whatever.
So pretty.
It's a good thing.
Anyway,
it's real.
It's so pretty. So Google that. But what we're talking about is where your current heart rate is during the workout. 65 to 85% of your maximum is your fat burning zone, so that's kind of what we're looking for when you're working out. You can bump a little bit higher, we call that your anaerobic zone, but you don't want to stay there too long. You're going to be burning muscle, not fat. But it's great to bump into that because that's how it's what's called threshold training, and that's how you take your fitness to the next level. So in general, you want to stay between 65 and 80% of your maximum heart rate. And you'll see formulas out there. The standard formula is the 220 minus your age. You know.
But that one doesn't take into account the resting heart rate, which is really important.
Exactly. So it's just an average. It's not completely accurate. If you really want to know, you need to take your resting heart rate into consideration. So, like, what's your resting heart rate, Beth? Do you know? Right now?
I think the last time it was like 52-ish, 55-ish, somewhere in there.
So it's a good idea to don't just take your resting heart rate and stick with it. By the way, guys, make sure about every 3 months or so that you recalculate what your resting heart rate is. Mine is probably a good 5 lower than it was a year ago. So make sure that you if you're off for a while too, it might have gone up again. So anyways, check that out, and hopefully you'll understand when we're saying, hey, are you guys between 140 and 150, what we're talking about in class next time, okay?
And the thing that's cool too is with the website that we told you to go to, it will tell you your zones. So it'll lay it out for you like in a grid, so you'll get to see it. You can print it out. You can work out with it on your bike at home, and that way when we say it, or usually I think it's just you who says it.
Yeah, I talk a lot about
But you'll know what she means, and you can look down at your little piece of paper and be like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm at my 85%. So there's kind of 2 different numbers that you're playing with. The percentage of maximum heart rate that you're working at. So if I say 75%, that's kind of mid fat burning zone. And then I might say, are you guys all between 140 and 150? And that's when we'll take a 15-second count. And let's say it comes out at 15, we'll multiply that times 4, something like that. That would only be 60, so you would be at rest at that point. But if you're at 40, for example, if we do a 15-second count and you're at 40, multiply that times 4 to get your minute, okay? And that would be 160, right? So 160. So that's pretty high into your fat burning zone for most of you. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about, David. Good question. Trainer tip of the week. I want to encourage you guys, especially spinning, to start stretching 2 areas more than you might be stretching them now when class is over. The joint that we use the most on the bikes is the hip. So I want to encourage you guys to stretch out your hip flexors and even the IT band area. I still struggle with saying that. my IT band is sore.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's, okay, anyways. And then the other area that I want to encourage you guys to stretch out is your chest, your pecs. Those are two areas that get missed a lot, and then they're probably the most important to stretch out after spin class. So to stretch your chest area, the pecs, the reason you want to do that is we spend time with our shoulders rolled forward a little bit, which will shorten those pec muscles, so you want to get them stretched back out again so that you don't have posture like this, right? So the doorway stretch is an awesome one. Another thing that you can do is just grab the handlebars of your bikes.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
So grab the handlebars on your bike, so I'm facing away from my bike, grab the handlebars, and then lean forward to open up those pecs, okay?
That's a good one.
Hip flexor stretch that I'll do often with my class is where I'll have them go right here, kind of in a lunge position, but rather than shifting your weight forward, you shift your weight back, okay? And so on this side, for example, you're gonna take that hip and then you're gonna drive that forward, shifting your weight back to stretch the hip flexor. Okay, so two really important stretches. Let's talk about releases that are coming out for Studio Sweat On Demand.
Well, gee, this week is the Cat Calm Show.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Yay!
You have a personal training session coming out.
Oh, so that was super fun.
Yeah. So when you guys do that at home, just view it as like it's a group training session. It's a one-on-one thing. Do you remember what equipment you needed for those?
Just dumbbells. We use just 2 sets of dumbbells. Even if you have one, you could give it a try, 1 set of dumbbells.
Yeah.
But if you've ever wondered what it's like to personal train with me, this is your opportunity.
It's torture.
It's to just kind of follow along. This wasn't what I would call a killer, like you're gonna feel dead after a workout. It was just a good solid workout.
Good.
And it just gives you an idea what it feels like to personal train. So go ahead and go through that workout. It's under Total Body Workouts, and that comes out
Friday.
Today.
Okay,
yesterday for you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do we have coming out?
And then we have a speed spin with you that is going to come out on Sunday.
Okay, speed spin. So what's that, about 30 minutes, Eric? Okay, so a speed spin with me coming out. Yeah, it's pretty intense. We do some Tabata drills in that at the very end, which were really brutal. So we did high resistance and then we did high cadence. And then on Thursday, you guys are gonna get a spin sculpt class with Rebecca that releases. So look for that, okay? All right, you guys have an awesome week coming out of 4th of July.
Get back to work.
Yeah, time to get back to work. Go get it.
Bye.